Hello, creatives. Hello, 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 hello. Ooh, 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 ooh. I am have my music on in the background. I'm ready. I said that today would be a special treat. Maybe I should just start by saying welcome back to our Listen and Share series for the month of July. This is day 31. Oh my gosh. We are here, day 31, and I wanted to do something a little special, and I wanted to come on live with this message as well as to take any questions that you may have um, for the limited time that I will be here, but then also to just kind of share what's been happening. And then to wrap up this time, can you believe 31 days? Oh my gosh, of coming on, which is a big thing for me. It's all about consistency, it's all about determination. And then, even my last one, talking about building up, stacking up that confidence, your confidence bank, by when you say, this is what I'm going to do, and then you actually do it versus this is what I'm going to do and then you kind of punk out. It happens. I have done it numerous times, but I wanted to end this day, this month, my birthday month, with something special, and that is being live. This is the first time that I am live on this channel. So I'm just going to right off the back say, hey, if you want to chat, if you want to send me a question or a comment, go ahead and do so in the chat. It is asking you to subscribe if you have not already. So go ahead and do that. And if you have, welcome. Welcome to the Fully Me Club, the Fully You Club. So today is talking all about the most common things that prevents creatives from reaching their dreams. The most common blockages, limiting beliefs, excuses that keeps us from really moving forward and attaining our goals. And I say we because honestly, I didn't have to go too far in order to get this list. And let's see, I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9 things that I just spur of the moment wrote down because these are things that I actually have dealt with. These are blockages that I have had in the past. And even as you go to a higher level, there'll be different variations of those things that comes up for you that you'll have to work through on that new level. It'll become easier. You'll be able to see through some of the blocks. You'll be able to quiet down those gremlins, those mental gremlins, I like to say, a lot easier. But you may have to work through that. So let's get right into it. The first thing, one of the most common reasons why creatives don't create their dreams or reach their goals in their dreams, the first thing is the idea or what you say to yourself, I failed in the past. Like, I tried it before and it didn't work out. So, therefore, like, why try again? And this is a big one. This is one that kind of sticks with you, especially if you were going after like a big deal, whether it was a big deal in actual size and quantity and payout, or if it took a lot from you, a lot of your energy source, a lot of your life force energy from you. Like, as a creative, you are taking what is inside of you and you're kind of birthing it. There's a whole birth, whether you are a male or female, you are birthing these things from the imagination into reality. And then you're putting it before other people and saying, hey, look at my baby. Isn't it cute? Isn't it nice? Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it extravagant? And you have those that'll say, oh, yes, your baby is gorgeous. And then you'll have others who will say, oh, okay, well, you tried your best. And then, you may get some other variations. And so having that, the pain of that failure linger on with you will make it very difficult for you to move forward in the future and to get out there again, which as creatives, we have to do. Who was I talking to? I was talking to someone and I was like, it's so crazy to deal with this fear of rejection as a creative, especially as an actress, because you are constantly putting yourself out there, Constantly, constantly, constantly. As any type of performer, you are constantly putting yourself out there. And if you take that no as a form of rejection and you allow for it to sit inside of your heart, which I have done in the past, okay? Again, I'm showing up with things that I've dealt with. Um, if you allow for it to do that, then it will create wounds inside of you, soreness, scars that prevent you from going forward. So that's the first one. And we want to move past that, okay? The second that I listed is it hasn't been done before. I have this great, grand idea, Giselle, and I can see it. I can picture it in my head. I think it's going to be amazing. I think it's going to be great, but I've never done it before and I don't see anyone else doing that. Ooh, wee. Ooh, wee. That was one for me. Okay? That was a big one, especially when I was very young in my motherhood. Um, I got married young. We got married young, and we started our children. Even though it was 5 years after we got married, but because we got married young, then we started our family young, and there was this part of like, okay, I'm a mom and I love this. I'm a wife. I'm loving this family life, and I'm also a creative, so I'm loving that too. So how can I bridge the gap? How can I be both a mom, a wife, and a creator who is like kicking butt in her field? How can I do that? And one of the biggest hangups for me for a while was like, well, I don't see any other moms doing this. I don't see any other creatives who are moms who are able to do this and piece this together. I don't know how to do it. I don't know because I don't have anyone before me. And as a very wise woman said, perhaps it is because you are meant to be the first. Like, can you sit with that? Can you hold that? Can you expand into that? Can you feel all the feelings of that? Like it feels very tender. Can you feel all of that and still accept the possibility that maybe you are meant to be the first? There's no one before you because you are it. You are the start for someone else's. Before me, there was you, right? So that's another thing that kind of holds us up from actually receiving the goals and the gifts and the fruit of that goal, gift, and imagination and joy that we have within inside of us as creatives. Another one, a third one is it will be hard. I would like to do it, but it'll be hard. And life is hard already. And I don't know. What if what if we bought into the idea of could it be challenging sometimes? Yes. Could it be maybe a little difficult because it's something new? We have to learn a new skill or we have to expand and stretch and all of that stuff. May feel a little uncomfortable. Yes. But what if it could be fun even in the midst of all of that because it's something we actually enjoy doing? You know what I mean? Like it could be fun because you enjoy doing it. Cooking, the whole process of cooking could be a beast when you think about, man, we're gonna have to clean up, we're gonna have to put all this stuff up and da 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 da. But then it robs you from the joy of getting these new recipes and trying these new flavors and seeing people's expressions when they put your creation into their mouth and they're like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing I've ever had. This is the best thing I've ever tasted. But if you're considering the end part, not even taking into consideration that there could be others around you to support you, that the resources you need will be there, that the time you need, oh, that's a whole nother one, can be found, then you rob yourself of this gift. The gift of being able to see others really pull and enjoy what you have, but then also rob yourself of the gift of being able to give it. Because as creatives, we are blessed, we are poured into as we pour out. As we create, we're being poured into. As we give, we're being poured into. It's like a cycle. It keeps going and keeps going. But if we stop that giving, we stop that receiving. It needs to move. It's an energy. It needs to cycle. Okay? So perhaps let's not think about it as being like hard. It may be new, it may be challenging, it may be something that's going to be stretching, it may feel a little uncomfortable, right? Like a new pair of shoes, it's your right size, but you haven't worn them before, so you got to work them out a little bit. However, it's going to be fun because it's something that you actually enjoy doing. So let's switch that thought process. Another one, I mentioned time, so I'm just going to go straight there. Time. I don't have the time. Life is so busy. I don't have the time, right? There's only 24 hours in a day. I don't have the time. And I have found, listen, call it collapsing time, call it whatever you want to, but I have found ways as a mom of three, as someone who is always doing something, I have found the time for the things I desire. And I feel like that's true for almost anyone. I really believe, as a core belief, that if we want to do something, we will do it as human beings. We will find a way to do it. So now I'm going to put it on your plate and say, is this something that you really want to do? Is it? Or are you allowing fear and other blockages to get in the way to be an excuse? If it is 5 minutes a day to start out, baby, 5 minutes. Because once you get into that 5 minute, it rolls over and you can easily double that into 10 minutes. That rolls over, you can easily double that into 20 minutes. Maybe it's doing it one time a week for an hour. How much can you get done? Right? People write whole books on 1 hour a day, whether you have children or not. Getting up early, an hour early, and sitting down and writing. People create whole books of poetry on 5 minutes a day. I know because I witnessed it. Beautiful poetry, artwork on 5, 10, 15 minutes a day. What you want, you will make time for. So begin to open your mind to the possibility that this is possible. If you really desire it, it is possible. Start with 10 minutes a day. That's fine. Start with 1 day a week, but start. The next thing is, not good enough. I am not good enough. Oh my gosh, I'm not good enough. I suck. No, I don't. But you may feel like that. You may feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough. Like, there's so many people, and this kind of ties into it. There's so many people who are so much better than me. Well, here's the thing, that may be true. There may be other people in your field who have like a step up, a leg up, whether it's in a natural ability or skill, or they've been trained, right? They've had the resources to put towards that training. But either way, it's going to be different. Either way, what you have to bring will be different. And now that I've validated both ends for you, here's the biggest thing. It doesn't matter. Oh, that feels tender, even for me, okay? It doesn't matter. I have witnessed some individuals. So I'm a vocalist, actress, singer, dancer, songwriter, writer, artist, like multidisciplinary. Um, and I've witnessed some musicians or vocalists that have whole record deals that are on the radio singing their heart out, and I'm cringing. I'm like, oh my gosh, I cannot hear this. This is so extremely pitchy. Oh my gosh. Right? So there's a part of me that's like, oh, cringing. And then there's the other part of me is like, you know what? To present themselves, to have the cojones, to have their voice on the radio, their presence on television. They had enough faith in themselves to show up. So what differences does it make if there's someone who is worse than you, worse, all figurative, right? Or you feel that you have a step up on them, but you're hiding. What's the point? It don't matter. And what is the point if there's someone else who has a leg up on you? But you still have an opportunity to step out there and give your gift. Why? Because this is your platform. This is your life, baby. This is your story. This is your movie. Different levels, it's a spiral. You keep going deeper and deeper every level you go because you're releasing, you're breaking off, you're becoming more free on every level you go. So I'm receiving this as I share this with you. It doesn't matter what other people are doing, if they're better than you or quote unquote worse than you. It doesn't matter. Do you have you do not. If you say I'm going to do it and you don't do it, remember you're not building up that confidence bank. And if you don't know what I mean, go back and watch my last video. You're not building up that confidence bank. And so it's going to be more difficult to actually step out there and do what you need to do what you said you're going to do what you actually desire to do, what's placed in your heart. This is for everyone, but I'm talking to my creatives right now. This is for you. Like, I don't know how it's going to work out. I don't know if it's going to pan out.